It's the champ Antonio Torre, and you're listening to Torre's Take, the most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first. Hey, I want to jump right in with the recap of last night big fights on Amazon Prime Video, pay-per-view, PBC, live from Las Vegas, man, in the co-feature. Um, Rolly Romero. No, before the co-feature, let me put a little shine, a little light on a fresh face in boxing, man. Camille Moulton, 3-0, superstar in the making. Mayweather promotion signee, um, PBC stable. Guy got a bright future. Looked amazing last night. Fought a guy, Anthony Cuba, who's 7-0 with 2 draws. Came in with 3 knockouts. So he was right at 10 fights. And everyone Camille has fought and defeated so far has been undefeated. Everyone he's faced, not one guy came in with a loss. That's very impressive for a guy 17 years old. So I know Mayweather promotion, Team Moulton, head trainer Fareed Samad, man, they're happy and thrilled to death that he was able to handle himself in such a way. He looked like a veteran, experienced fighter, and there's not many fighters that, when they're in the ring, that their lines just look perfect, man, and the angles. He just looked like a great fighter all the way around. So we're going to enjoy watching his climb and, watching his rise to the top, man. And I'm sure it's going to be more pay-per-views and more exciting fights like last night. So I can't wait. We're going to get right to the co-feature, man. What a fight. Rolly Romero defending his title, man, against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, man. So the fight started out wild, man. Cruz snuck something in the first round, had Rolly on skates for the majority of the latter part of the round. But Rolly pulled it together, man, showed a lot of heart in getting through that round and then, straightening it out long enough, and to make it competitive down the stretch until the knockout, man. Pitbull, that pressure, it paid off. He was determined. He beat him with his will. He was determined not to be denied tonight. As last night, as the fight was going on, you can see his focus to the point where, he abandoned the body attack that he was normally known for. Pitbull, he usually worked from the bottom up. Last night, he was headhunting a little bit and was working off up to bottom very rarely. He didn't do a lot of body work other than the straight shots. But I was expecting him to get inside and dig, work his way back up to the top. I think that would have been more effective instead of just going straight up top, even though he was landing a lot of shots. He didn't break Rolly Romero down like he should have. And I think maybe that fight could have been stopped a little sooner, especially after that first round. But Cruz moved on nonetheless. And when Rolly looked back at this fight, later part, there was moments in this fight where it looked like he was trying to initiate a controlling jab. He was really trying to work off of it, but just didn't seem like he had enough of that. And maybe that's something that they could have worked on in the ring or in camp. Who knows? But I believe, man, if these guys can get the right game plan and really work on the things that's going to give them the best chance to win, you'll see these guys performing a lot better. But, not knowing, ahead of time and having to adjust on the fly and everything being somewhat of a surprise to you, it kind of puts you behind the 8 ball. That's why, it's important, to work on the things that you need to work on for each particular fight, because every fight, there's a different game plan because you got a different man in front of you. You feel me? But that was an exciting fight, man. Cruz looks to move on and now sets himself up for a lot of big fights in this weight division. You feel me? You can think of, Tank Davis. You can think of the winner of Garcia and Haney. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of big fights, waiting on Pitbull Cruz. And hey, man, and I know all the Mexican fight fans was proud to see their guy finally get crowned. In the main event, man, it was it was a lot of unexpected, drama when you look at it. The first round, Tszyu came out as I thought he would, aggressive, looking for the power shot. In fact, he landed a couple of good power shots. And it wasn't until the second round he received a nasty cut, man. And I haven't seen a cut this nasty in a long, long time. In a long, long time. And so what leads me to believe is that why didn't they stop the fight? I mean, they were inside the rules. It happened before the fourth round, and it was obvious an accident. You know what I mean? That was every right to stop this fight, because we know that blood coming down in Tszyu's face, really, impaired the fighter, man. So he had to figure out what was going on with a major gash in his head and cleaning out his eyes as he trying to keep 6'5" with this long heavyweight reach Fundora off of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, he fought his ass off last night, bro. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to secure the victory. But, hey, man, if this is not room for a rematch, what is? You feel me? Because I just believe, man, everybody saw that cut truly did, put Tszyu in a bad place, man. But why they didn't stop it, I don't know. But the fight went on. It was close because Fundora stayed true to his size. You feel me? He didn't go in there trying to fight an inside fight with a guy that obviously, had the better game plan inside. Fundora fought smart. He stuck to the script. And, man, they had to have been listening to Tarver's tape, because I gave him the blueprint, bro, what he needed to do if he wanted to win this fight. And he did just that. And then he even got a little bit more aggressive down the stretch because he knew he had to. It was a close fight. He won a split decision. And I just feel if it wasn't for the cut, taking nothing away from Fundora, man, his team believed in him. His family believed in him. They was ready when the call came through. And this is what I would tell all these young fighters out there, man. Hey, you never know when your phone gonna ring. So stay in shape. You feel me? Stay in the gym. So he was able to take advantage of this opportunity, and he fought his ass off, man. He also took some bumps and bruises, and I think he was busted up a little bit. Also, it was a brutal fight, bloody fight. It looked a lot worse, I think, than it really was. But man, it was an exciting fight. I love to see this fight without that cut. Hopefully they can get that done. You know what I'm saying? And, Tszyu got to get back to the drawing board after he get healed up, man. I like to see, like I said, that rematch. But again, I can only think of what would have happened if Keith Thurman would have showed up in the shape that I saw him in prior to that injury. There was a lot of people, really writing Keith Thurman off, and rightfully so. A lot of people had doubt because of his inactivity as of late. But, man, I want to really hope that Keith get right back to it, man. And once that arm feels better, don't take no time off. Get right back where you left off at, man. And, you're going to get the chance to shock him once again, one more time. And there you have it, man. You've been listening to Tarver's Tape. I appreciate all your support. If you haven't gone over to YouTube, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to Tarver's Tape, man. I'm going to start bringing some guests on, talking boxing, real conversation, and just stay, keep my hand on the pulse of the boxing game, So until the next time, stay tapped in, and I'll talk to you then.